Welcome to Nameless Debate Radio, where radioactivity is contagious. You can join us in broadening our minds on the Nameless Debates Discord via the link below and even feature here yourself, if you've got what it takes.
I mean, if you're actually interested, and if you're like, I know I was a Muslim too, okay? Like, until I was 17, okay? So I believed in all the traditions and all the bullshit, right?
There's no
Fasting.
tradition in Islam, dude.
Dude, fasting is a fucking tradition.
Tradition in Quran, it's a duty.
Isn't the hijab in the burqa tradition?
Yes.
Tradition is from culture, dude. You think you
No,
have
culture and tradition are different.
tradition for me, it's about
Traditional, cultural.
Yeah, tradition is to do with something that's passed down in a certain way. Culture is to do with like something everybody else does.
Yeah, you can have a religious tradition. Like, for example, the religious traditions that are in Catholicism.
Okay. It's a 30-minute, So I will read it and I will watch it and I will send it to someone who are more knowledge to Islam more than me, and I will tell you his opinion and I will tell you my opinion. But for now,
How do you know someone knows more Islam than you?
because he study Islam. He spent his life
Because
studying
his knowledge of other people's knowledge of Islam is absolute.
Okay.
No, it's just a meme.
So the more time a person reads the Quran, the
the more time he searched, not read. It's not about reading, it's about searching.
Yeah, okay, but what if I say I've searched my entire life and I still haven't found Allah?
That's mean. I don't know, dude.
I'm asking you to explain it to me. Why is your God being a stingy fucking cunt?
Okay, that's.
I want to believe. Why can't I?
I want to believe.
You want to believe, dude? Okay, explain to me this. How someone from 1,400 years, 400 years from now.
Oh, the Greek people knew it first.
No, listen to me. Describe what happened now. What happened now in the Middle East with a high description.
Are you making the analogy again about how people in the future are going to know
I'm
things
not making that. I'm just explain to me how he can know that. How he could.
How he can know what? What
happened now? He described it.
What specifically?
He described the wars.
Give me a fucking example.
Okay, I will give you the verse right now. I'll give you the link.
Yeah, good. I expect something more than when a fucking psychic reads off someone's fortune, alright?
No, it's hadith. It's a hadith.
No. What I'm saying is, when a psychic reads someone's fortune, they tell them things about themselves that are generically true for most people, and it's not surprising that the person
It's not the thing here. It's not the thing.
So there's lots of specific details that prove that the prophecy is relating to this.
In
1944, the Americans stormed Normandy.
Yeah, that's a specific detail, right? So, are there any specific details that prove the authenticity of the prophecy?
There is difference between a storm and an action, dude. It's about people
here.
No,
you're not listening, man. I'm saying I need specific details to be verified.
Okay, I will send you the hadith then.
Yeah, cool. I bet you there's nothing in there that will verify it. Because if there was, scientists would think.
Now you're judging. You're just judging.
I'm not judging. I'm saying, like, if you were right about it, we would already think it.
I think you have.
No, dude. If what was written in the hadith was a genuine fucking prophecy, scientists would think it is true.
No, they wouldn't, because the whole idea of a prophecy is a prophecy.
No, but if it was a real prophecy that was proven, then it would actually be something that was science.
Isn't a prophecy like strictly a religious thing?
No, the point that I'm making is, for it to be a true prophecy, it has to be representative of reality. Okay, like when scientists make a prediction, that's basically a prophecy. It's just that it comes true, so we don't call it.
Prediction about nature is something, but about people.
That's the same thing. They're the same thing. Psychology makes predictions about people.
Yeah, that's right now they can do, but not.
Wait, so you're saying that psychologists are prophets?
No, no.
Are you saying psychologists are prophets?
They have the.
Hey,
What
dude,
about the weatherman?
They have.
I think your microphone is becoming possessed.
It's been that way the whole time.
Oh
Dude,
shit! My
so
bad.
if I
Hey,
order
Quimbo, let's
a
go down.
steak, dude, if I order a steak and it comes, is that a prophecy?
Yeah, dude.
Can you repeat?
If I order a steak in a restaurant and it arrives and I eat it, is that a prophecy?
It depends. Did you predict it's gonna taste really good?
Like I predicted a good steak.
It's not
It was a
prediction.
good steak.
It's not prediction. It's reality. He knew what will happen from 1,000.
That's called a prediction, dude.
100.
That's called a prediction. The technical term for that is a prediction.
Okay, tell me how he can do that with no materials.
No, I'm not telling you anything about it, you fuckwit. I said it's a prediction. It is called a prediction.
It's not just one. He can make.
It doesn't matter. The point is, the technical term for that activity is prediction.
Can you describe to me how he can describe how a woman can be pregnant inside in that time? In the dark ages, they thought that women are. They don't.
Fuck. Stop. That that video I linked you before about that other Muslim. How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
21.
How?
21.
21. Yeah. I've heard these exact same pitiful arguments from a 16-year-old, and we deconstructed them then.
How? Can you convince me, please?
Okay.
No, it's a hard thing.
Getting one thing right does not a prophet make.
It's not one thing.
It is one thing. You just gave one example, the uterus thing. So fucking what? Who gives a shit?
So what's about the bee?
So what about what, sorry?
Wait a second.
But you know what? This is always a little difficult because, first of all, often it depends on interpretation, or it's a very vague prophecy, or a prophecy in where people can live up to the prophecy to make it happen. It's not really convincing.
Oof. I think he was talking to you, Sema.
I think it's
No, it's just I'm a coder, dude. I just have work here. But what I think
You what?
it's irrelevant. What I think is he predicted things that happened right now. I'm not saying he's prophet because of it, but
That is what you're saying.
no, it's part of why he is a prophet because he.
Yeah, so is a scientist a prophet?
I don't say he's scientist. Why is no one was.
No, I'm saying scientists can make predictions. Does that make
No, he can make that prediction. Even now, he cannot that prediction, dude. It's from
Oh
thousands.
my god! Apart from the ability to predict things, what makes a prophet?
He changed the mental of millions of people.
So did Albert Einstein. Was Albert Einstein a prophet?
It's not about scientific way. He just gives
So then what the fuck is the difference?
difference that he been able to change people's mind where it was nothing.
where people
Yeah,
might
you're a
be
fucking
into
robot, man. Fix your
children.
microphone, alright? You're not answering my question, alright? The question is, what's the difference between someone who is a scientist who predicts things and change millions of people's minds and someone who's not a scientist who does that? What makes one a prophet and the other not?
You give me a scientist that can predict what happened now from
Bro, unplug and plug in your microphone.
Like, you cannot imagine how bad the sound quality is.
I know, just this shitty microphone.
No, you cannot. We're talking like imperceptible. Like, we can't
Well,
tell what
it
you're
is
saying.
perceptible. That's why we can perceive it, though.
No,
It's like
his words, not the fucking problem.
Oh,
Is it cool that way?
Oh my god.
What?
Dead.
What the heck, dude?
You did not make it better.
Okay,
mute yourself.
Oh my god.
okay, dude. I'm not a Muslim.
That was like a
I just this shitty
No,
microphone.
it still is.
I disbelieve it.
I was like a fucking train wreck in my ears.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, so what was the difference between a scientist who makes predictions and changes the minds of millions of people and someone who's not a scientist who does that?
From that perspective, there's no difference.
So then why isn't scientist a prophet?
Because he's not.
Did you really just say because he's not?
Yeah, because he did not.
Dude.
I'm not believing because he predicted. I said that
That
from
is
the beginning.
literally the reasoning of a child.
No, you understand me wrong way. I didn't say that I believe him from prediction. I said that's
That's
part.
You said because he's not. That was your answer.
Jesus in
That's not a
Christianity
real reason.
have been healing people. That's Jesus. There's no difference between him and a doctor, dude. But people believe that he is a prophet.
Dude, I asked you what the difference was, and you said the difference was because there just is a difference. But you're not able to tell me what it is.
We cannot measure that by.
I don't give a shit if we can measure it. You should be able to tell me what the difference is.
In that perspective, a doctor right now have no is not different from Jesus in that time, dude. The only difference
so
because
then why
he was from a long way time that people cannot
No,
heal.
but the question is,
that certain things, but now they can.
Why isn't Einstein a prophet?
Because he had the material to know. If he hadn't the material,
What?
yeah, he had the material.
No, stop. You're saying because he could demonstrate it, he wasn't a prophet?
No, I didn't say that.
You said because he had the material. What's that supposed to mean?
That's supposed to mean he have things that make him know, but from
No, he couldn't. He didn't have things that made him know. He did very, very complicated mathematics.
how he know a revelation.
He did very, very complicated mathematics. That's the same as revelation.
Dude, he thought of himself riding alongside a packet of light.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, he had a revelation about light. All right, that's what he did. Why isn't he a prophet?
Because he did not. There's a difference between a revelation. It's information.
What's the difference?
Einstein, he just know, but Muhammad or
No,
prophet,
he didn't just know. Are you fucking serious? He did not just know. He had to fucking work it out.
Yes, that's what I mean. He worked it hard.
No. But how did he work it out?
Had the material, he had the motivation.
No, you are incorrect. You are incorrect. That's not what happened.
How's that? How it happened if you know?
He had an idea about him traveling next to a light particle, which he obviously did not have the material to do. Okay, so stop. He had an image of God, let's say, of him next to a light particle. He had an image in his head. That's all it was, an image in his head. And then afterwards, he did a lot of complicated math. He did not do complicated math to reach the image in his head. The question is, why doesn't he count as a prophet? That seems prophet to me.
Because prophets, they have a message from God. They don't know.
I just
They
said
don't
to you, he
work
had
at
a
home.
message from God. That's what the fucking thought experiment
It's
was.
not. He didn't say
How the
that.
fuck do you know?
How the fuck do you know? That's the question, dude.
No. I'm asking you that. I'm saying having a thought experiment like that is pretty much the same as a message from God.
No, dude, it's not.
Yes, it is. What's the difference?
Yeah, you tell me. There is big
No,
difference.
you're the one who's saying they're not the same. It's not my fucking job to explain
it's
your
not the same.
proposition.
Okay, listen.
You stop. You are saying they're not the same. It's your fucking job to explain why.
Okay, I'll explain. Let me explain. Okay, so if I told you something, an information to you, and you pass it to people, there's different way that you are work hard to found this information. Prophet just need the message.
No. I'm saying Einstein just got the message, then he did the hard work. So let's put it this way, okay? Muhammad got the message from God, and then he did the hard work of telling everyone about it. Didn't he?
Yeah, he just
No,
spread
so
the
listen,
word.
stop. Listen. That's what Einstein did. He had an idea, and then he spread the word.
He's not
He
talking
did
about
not. No, he didn't calculate it and then spread the word. He had an idea. It was the same.
Einstein just found the equation. He did not
He
change.
did not just find the equation. You know nothing about history if you think that. He did not just find the equation. That is completely fucking false.
It's different of purpose, dude.
No, stop. You need to read up about Einstein and how he came up with his idea. He did not find the equation. Don't say that again.
Wait, where did he find it from?
The same ways Muslim scientists found the way of algorithms and light and
You
camera.
think there's a logos for scientific principles?
No, I didn't think so. That he just want me to see
So
the
there
difference.
is no logos of scientific principle.
He just want me. He want to force me to look from his perspective.
No, is there a specific dimension where scientific principles exist where people can find them?
It's about hard work, dude. It's about working out motivation, what people motivate them, dreams, imagination. It's not about shadows or things. People just get motivated, they create things. That's it.
Lol.
Why you think we created society? Why we created marriage? Why we created those things? It's about motivation.
You say so many things that are just fucking completely unrelated to the point in question.
Ask me how they know, how they would know scientific.
Stop. Hey, I don't have to ask you that, because that isn't related.
How it's not? You ask me how.
How is it not related? Okay, here's how. We were talking about what the difference is between revelation and a thought experiment. You couldn't tell me, and now you're talking about something completely different for no good fucking reason.
You asked me that, I'm not answering you. I'm asking Dingleberry.
I know you're not answering me. You changed the subject because you couldn't answer me.
No, he's saying, okay, dude, whatever. Okay, I'm sorry. What I said, you cannot know from your perspective right now. It's about what they said, what the purpose of this, of the one who found this amazing thing.
What?
It's about the purpose. Einstein did not come and say, okay, people, you're gonna transform yourself to good people, you're gonna do that, you're gonna do that. He's just trying.
So you're saying it's about the morality of the thing.
Yeah.
Your argument gets
the
more
purpose.
and more complicated. Are you aware that that isn't what you were saying to begin with? Are you aware that the way that you're justifying your position keeps moving around? You're not even sure what you mean, mate.
Are you sure?
Yeah, so like here's a lesson for you, okay? If when you go to justify what you think is true, your justification doesn't stay still, you really need to take a step back.
I'm not justifying something. I'm saying what
Yeah,
I
you're
think.
trying to. You're not doing a very good job.
I'm not turning anyone to be believer, dude. I'm just answering what I think, what I know.
I know, but you're not justifying your beliefs properly.
I know that. I'm not sheikh or I have good knowledge about Islam. I'm just
No,
It's not because you do not know enough, it's because the reasoning is invalid.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
man.
but that doesn't say anything about who you are, just your epistemology. No one's judging who you are, but how you think.
You're asking me question that you cannot just answer from a religion perspective.
Actually, if you understood why such a thing was true, you would be able to just answer. The thing is, the reason that your justification continues to move is that you do not know what you think you know.
Yeah, I'm sure about that. But do you know what you know about? Do you sure? No one of us.
I am confident that my education in this subject is sufficient for me to justify what I think. You have not yet been able to demonstrate any missteps in my reasonings, and I
Okay,
continually
okay.
demonstrate
Here,
yours.
can I turn the table and start asking you about what you
Yeah,
think?
come on.
How creation started?
Creation didn't start, things always existed.
Okay, so here you say that the Big Bang Theory is wrong.
No,
So how? It starts from explosion. That means
no,
it starts? Okay.
no. At the beginning of space time, there was a point of infinite density and infinite heat, alright? That is the beginning of space-time, but space-time is a consequence of physics. Physics, the system, didn't begin to exist. All right, physics always existed, and the start of space-time is merely the start of this timeline, and you experience it linearly because you are a subject who is limited.
So you mean physics start from the beginning? That's right. But
No. Physics, dude, physics is the mechanics. You're thinking of the consequence of physics, which is space-time.
yeah, that means that we
They're
are.
different. They're distinct.
Yes, yes. Okay, we live in space and time right now.
Yes. So
Okay.
I'm saying space
So
and time had an origin point, but space-time itself.
the start.
No, listen. Space and time had a beginning point, but
Beginnings. You said it. You just said it.
point.
Beginning
Listen
point.
to the words. Point. Okay, a
How the
beginning
point
point.
started? There wasn't that. Let's start from
Fuck. All right, let me give you an example. All right, so let's think about a video file on a computer, right? Right. The video file has a beginning point, doesn't it?
though there's no way to example that by the word by computer. But
Just follow my fucking examples.
why you
I
angry
know.
about it? Just why you angry?
You're asking me questions, mate. I happen to know what I'm talking about. I've been trained formally in this subject, okay? So just follow my fucking
Don't be
questions.
angry. You're just about it. Just be chill, dude. Chill down.
Yeah, so stop trying to go off on tangents, alright? When I'm asking you questions about my answers, follow what I say, alright? So, when we think of a video file on a computer, right? What we say is the video file has a start, correct or incorrect?
Correct.
Yes, but when we start watching it, that wasn't the beginning of the existence of the video file, was it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying about this. Just
Just
because the universe started in the sense that you started watching it, things started happening, that's like pressing play on a video. That doesn't mean that that was the start of its existence.
Without it's a start for thing, there's no thing.
No.
Dude, for video,
It's the start of
needs
playback.
something. You taking the wrong example, or I'm not understanding you. To
Yeah,
make
you're
a
probably
video
not
play-
understanding me.
To take a video to play, you should have it created. Begin from
No. We're not thinking about the creation of the video file. We're saying when you click play and things start happening from the quote unquote beginning, that's the beginning of the playback, right? It's the beginning of the timeline of things that happen in the video, but it's not the beginning of the video itself, correct or incorrect?
Correct, but okay.
Yes, no, but. That's what
Question
I'm
me
saying.
That's what you're saying, but let me question it.
Okay.
Okay, so you said that space and time and Big Bang explosion of whatever, it's just playback. It's just been over there from the beginning, right?
Yes.
But that's what God said. He said that I'm there from the beginning. I'm not. I
No,
don't.
but I'm saying I don't give a shit what you think God said. Prove it. I have evidence that suggests that it would be this way, and it doesn't rely on God.
No, I didn't say it's to rely on God, but I mean.
You said
this-
God said that.
No, I mean this point of view. It's shared here from this term.
It's
here.
what, sorry?
This term you use, it's shared. It's coming with something that he used to describe himself.
No, but I'm saying that I do not rely on God to reach that
No,
conclusion.
I mean what I mean that you are already proving that he is saying something that existed in the universe that is too complicated.
Who is saying that?
Muhammad said that.
No, I'm saying I do not need to rely on a supposition such as God exists to reach
I didn't
that
say you
conclusion.
need to, dude. I didn't say you need to.
No, I don't.
I said that he described himself as you described the
No, but I'm saying he also described himself as believing in a fucking God, didn't he?
No.
Yes, he did. He believed in Allah.
Yeah.
Did he or did he not believe in Allah? Is a fucking
I'm right now. I'm just letting you to explain. Just said it to you. You're proving something in Quran.
Okay, well, why would you say no when I said that Muhammad also believed in a God? Why would you say no?
Because it's not the matter here. You something
It
irrelevant.
is the matter. Don't fucking lie to me, okay? If I say, did he believe in a God, do not fucking lie to me.
What I lied about you. I didn't
You
understand.
said no.
No, about what? I mean, no, he's not. He doesn't need to rely about something to know.
No, but he does fucking believe in a God.
Yes, he does.
He
So
does. He says so. So don't say no.
You didn't understand me. I mean, no, he doesn't need to rely on God to know.
I didn't ask if he needs to rely on one. I said he does.
Okay, I'm liar. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Can you complete your demonstration?
Alright, so you said something about the beginning of the universe. I countered, and then you countered by saying, that's what Muhammad said. And I said, Muhammad also said that God existed, and I did not say that. And you said, Muhammad didn't need to say that, and that was unrelated. If he didn't need to say it, he shouldn't have said it, but he did say it, and that's the point.
He said describing God when he said it when they asked him how he been created. He said, "I'm not created. I've been there from the started before." I mean, the term you used, there's no start for him. He's over there from no time. That's what I said.
Yes, but you're saying him. No, you're saying him. What does him mean?
I mean, oh God.
Yeah, you mean Allah or God, yeah. And I'm saying, I'm not saying him was there. I'm not saying he was there. I'm saying something that explicitly...
I understand you, but I said...
No, it explicitly isn't a he. It explicitly isn't a God. Do you understand?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just interrupting you. Can you complete the demonstration about starting of the word?
So I said there wasn't a start.
Yeah, I mean... How the world began, or he doesn't begin for you.
Why the world exists? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yes. So basically, there are two options. Either there is something or there is nothing. Correct or incorrect?
Correct.
Yes. Nothingness. One of the options, nothingness, is impossible logically.
Correct.
Therefore, the other one has to exist.
Okay.
Always.
Okay, so you said that the world have been there, and you just the Big Bang is just a playback. Okay.
Correct.
So the proof for that, can you tell me the proof of the source for that? Source, just the source.
I just did. The source of that is the fact that things always exist, which I justified to you by saying there are only two options. Either things exist or they don't, and things not existing happens to be impossible. Therefore, things always have to exist.
You're taking it logical. You're not proving something scientific.
That is a logical proof, dude. That is a logical proof.
Okay, so you're taking the thinking of choices and ways it's not scientific.
No, I'm telling you that is a logical proof. It's just as functional as a mathematical proof.
How you can prove it?
It's deductive. It's called philosophy. That is considered to be a proof.
Yeah, that's philosophy. I think it's like religion. It's about
It's like math. 2 plus 2 equals 4.
So
That's a proof.
Equation.
This is a proof in the same way.
Why didn't you prove it in equation?
I just did.
Okay, sorry.
Ready? The impossibility of nothingness necessitates the eternal existence of everything. Do you want me to put it in formal language for you?
Okay, let's move on.
Alright.
For you, we are just creature that we grown among other creature, but we are smarter. Is that correct?
Yeah, roughly speaking, I suppose.
Okay. So, do you know why would be we are the smartest and we have the control over everything?
Because like we evolved to be that way. It's mostly a matter of chance. If we were not the smartest and did not have the control, then it would be another race saying that about themselves.
So, there's no special thing about humans.
Correct. There's nothing special about humanity. That's correct, yes.
You got it. But if you say so, there's no special things, and you said a chance. So, chance is not proven by science or philosophy.
What?
Chance is not proven by science.
No. I don't think you're understanding me. I'm saying it's a matter of probability. Probability is proven by scientists and philosophers. It's a mathematical thing.
I know probability, but you said chance, but it's okay.
That's the same thing. Chance refers to probability.
I think probability is just statistic things. What's more likely would happen.
No. Chance and probability are synonymous.
Okay, you know. We are not special, and we were obviously the world were there from mainly no time, just began there. How would we? So, do you listen to me?
I'm listening.
Okay, sorry. So, how we are in this place, knowing this amount of information that came from us from myths and stories, and I know you don't believe in term religion, but religions, how could that happen? It's not something special about us. It's about
it's
chance.
pretty simple. It's pretty simple, basically. We recognized that we didn't understand the world, and we also recognized that we needed to understand the world in order to act. And so there were some things that we understood about the world in a way that we didn't know how to talk about in language that was sufficient to articulate the nuance that we were trying to describe. So what we did instead is we told stories that conveyed the inarticulate knowledge that we had bluntly and clumsily to the people around us in the form of parable, and that is what the myths are.
Okay, so you think myths can be true?
I think myths represent something that is true. They're not true literally.
Okay, so you think if I said the myth in 1,000 years before now, and it represents something right now in this time, in this age, does this mean that what I'm saying is true, right?
It means it's true in some sense.
Okay, so you know, if you are, let's see this example. If I am 15 years old and I can't walk properly, I cannot walk too much. So if I told you that I've started running from 100 kilometer to 200 kilometer and I am in this age, in this situation, would you believe me?
No.
Right. So if I am in certain in the future, right, and I take people invented something like pill or something that led me to do this thing, how would you look to yourself saying no right now?
I'm confused about your question. Like I said to you, it's true in some sense. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I know it's not absolutely true. It's
No,
just
it means I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no. I'm saying yes,
okay.
but not
That's cool.
literally.
That's cool. So that's cool. So here, that what I conclude that for something to happen, we need material. Like if we want to run in a high speed thing, we need a car. If we need to cook in our age, we need a fire, right? We need materials, right? So if I didn't have the materials and create
No, but
that,
you did. We did have the material. Like, what are you talking about?
yeah, but not the material.
No, but it's like it's the same material as science, right? Science looks at the world and we draw conclusions, and we happen to be very good at talking about them today. Back then, our science was called what we now call myth. It was called story and parable, okay? That was their science. Religion was their science. Today, it isn't, because we understand the difference between metaphorical truth and literal truth, and we say, quite rightly, that religions are not literally true because they are not.
How you conclude that? Because
How do we conclude that? Because any literal interpretation of any holy text shows contradictions with the scientific evidence.
okay, so you think scientific evidence are 100% true for the time?
No, why would you think that?
No, you're judging by the way of the
Who said 100% true? Who said 100%?
No one. I mean, you're choosing things that their percentage are highly
No.
more.
It's not 100% though. Why did you say that?
Let's say 100. I mean that you're taking things by their percentage there. If logic.
But why would you say 100?
What do you mean? Why I said 100? What do you mean? I don't know.
Because I'm not certain. Why would you say 100%?
It's just a word, dude. I don't understand what about it.
I'm confused by why you would say 100% because I never ascribed that much confidence to my propositions.
Okay, maybe I described wrong about certainty. I'm not certain about something. I said 100%. Sorry, don't take it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a really, really unfair thing to do in an argument, though, right? Like you imply I think something I don't.
Okay, I'm not professional like you. Okay, so let's move on. So you think that you okay? So what's that? Okay, so you said that you're not certain that myths are wrong. That some parts of them can be true, right?
I said that I'm very confident that myths represent things that are true in some sense, usually metaphorical truth.
That's mean that you believe or not. It's a simple question.
No. Excuse me. I can believe in the moral of a story without believing that the story actually happened. It's not a yes or a no.
Okay, so if you said no to story happened, that it's extremely could never happen in this time.
No, wait. If there is in a story
Yeah.
a lesson to be learned, which is true, but the story is not literally true, the story is still true in some sense. Do you recognize that?
Yeah, but you didn't understand
So, if it's true in some sense, it's not false. I'm not saying no, and neither am I saying that it's 100% not true literally. I'm saying all the evidence suggests it's not literally true, and a lot of the evidence suggests that there is metaphorical truth in it. Therefore, I think it's metaphorically true, but not literally true, and obviously that is the case because all of the scientific evidence shows us that that is the case.
a recap here. So you think evidence can be thing that we measure truth and
No,
falsity.
evidence is something we observe.
Right, so it have nothing about believing or not believing.
No, evidence is something we observe. You don't have to measure evidence, dude.
What I meant is, do we use evidence as something that we measure truth and false with it?
No, measurement is not the correct word.
Okay, so here evidence don't work about myths. So
No, measurement isn't the correct word.
what is the correct word?
Evaluate.
Okay, so
They're very different. You recognize that, right? The words measure and evaluate mean completely different things.
okay, so let me recap. You said, okay, evaluate things. We cannot evaluate things with evidence. So
No, we can evaluate things with evidence. I was objecting to you using the word measure.
okay, sorry. Okay, so let me recap here. So listen to this example. So if we listen to a myth about a fancy creature in this myth, okay, and doesn't exist right now, and we didn't find even his bones or small evidence about it, but 1,000 years from now, they find something about it. So does this not mean we are right, or we're just stupid because
Oh
our
my
ego?
god.
No, dude, it's just taking this thing, you evaluating with science that
No,
it's
you're just
not.
not getting it. You've made this particular point 6 fucking times in the last 2 hours. I don't accept it.
Because you don't answer me.
I did answer you, okay? What you think that demonstrates is not a necessary conclusion from the thing you're saying. You're saying, because we could be wrong, we are. I'm saying, that's fucking nonsense. Nobody here is denying that we could be wrong. That's not a good reason to think that we are.
Okay, Newton.
Like, it's just not a good argument.
I know it's not a good argument, but it can be true.
I admit that we could be wrong. It's not relevant to say it to me. I admit it already.
Okay. So,
Like,
why?
it's your whole argument. It's like, well, you could be wrong, right? And it's like, well, no fucking shit.
I mean, you cannot be certainty about.
I don't think I'm certain. Look, just let me just say something to you, right? If I say X is true, and then we go through my position, and you say, okay, but think about this: X is true. You're not saying anything, are you?
No?
No, and so when you say you're not sure, you are not saying anything of value. I already admitted I wasn't sure. 5 times at least.
Yeah, that's mean that we are in the same position.
No, so stop saying it, man. It doesn't mean anything.
I just want to show you we are in the
I
same
understand that
positioning.
what you think it means isn't true. It does not mean that we should think that what science indicates is false. It doesn't mean that.
Maybe.
No, it doesn't mean that. I have studied this.
Okay, so okay. Here you're taking something you know here and you're making an argument from it that make you conclude there's no God, right? That make you choose the way I think there's no God because you know those things.
No.
So why you don't?
No.
Why?
I think that
There's
this
no
is exactly
reason.
the point. You're not listening, alright? It makes me think that it's not likely that there is a God. Not likely is not certain.
I know. So we
Not
are in the
certain.
same position. I'm not certain there is a
No,
God.
well, we're not in the same position, though. We aren't in the same position. I'm saying I'm not certain, but there's no evidence to support the positive proposition, therefore I think it isn't true. You're saying I'm not certain, but I think a positive proposition is true without evidence. They are not the same thing.
Conclude to us that evidence can be shown.
You have the burden of proof. You have not given sufficient evidence.
That I didn't give sufficient evidence.
You haven't.
I know that I'm not living about sufficient
So
evidence.
we're not in the same place then, are we?
From your perspective, we are not. But
We're
from
not at all.
mine, you are. We are the same.
Then you don't understand, man.
Absolutely understand what you're saying, but
No, you don't. You think we're in the same position. You don't.
I think you have on your side arguments and science and
No,
everything.
no, you don't understand what's going on in this discussion, dude.
Okay, dude, it's been a good conversation, dude. Really. Uh, I have work. I should go there.
Alright, man.
I'm sorry, but it was really. I learned a lot from this conversation. Thank
All
you.
good, man. I hope to talk to you another day.
Yeah. I thank you for this conversation.
Yeah, you too, man. Catch you later.
Have a good night.
My brain's bleeding. Like, I just can't. I've got a fucking aneurysm. What's up?
Thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe, and join us in the Nameless Debates Discord. We hope to see you there.